is Wilber Vargas. The class is CCJ 3024. This is going to be the summer semester, and the date is 5/24/2026. We're going to go over a little bit of data. Let's look at the interactions that we have. We're going to see it over here on the table. So let's look at the interactions police have with the public. The Bureau of Justice Statistics collected data on this 2022 for 2020 data, and there's always between collection and publication for time analysis. And one of the questions we're going to ask is, what percentage of the U.S. population over 16 had any contact with police, and how does this compare to 2018? We're accessing through the website, and right here we're going to start looking at some graphs. And the graphs roughly are, this would be a 2020 demographic, and if we want to look at side by side, we could see the 2020 and 2018. If we look at the 2020, we'll see the 21% compared to the 24%. So this is about a 3% difference in regards to police contact in the United States. So that number decreased by about 3%. And according to the BJS report, there were 3 ways that the citizens came into contact with police. The first was initiated by the person, meaning they called or approached the person, and this accounts for about 11%. Remember, we can see that data over here. And the second would be the police contact, which we could go over here. We would go back to that. The police initiated contact, such as, where the police make contact with you, stop you for whatever reason, consensual encounters or traffic stop. We see that that's at a 10%. The 3 would be traffic accident. When we scroll down, we see that that would be at a 3%, and it decreased from the 2018 in comparison. Looking at citizen police contact, the numbers varied by race, with whites making up 22% of contacts, Hispanics making up 17%, and blacks making up 19%. See on the chart that it contacts per race, age, and ethnicity. And when it came to whites, they were more likely to make contact with police versus the other groups I just mentioned. In reference to the report, it stated that citizen-initiated contact slightly differed between the 2 genders, with females making up 12% while males made up 11%. Let's look at that. See them over here. The changes are they're not too far apart in reference to gender making contact with police. Over here with the 11 and the disparities in that. Looking at the BJS report, we can see that the most common police-initiated contact with the public was the traffic stop. Approximately 8% of individuals 16 or older were stopped by police within that year. The differences within the different races were mild, with 9% of the contact being black, 8% being white, and 7% being Hispanic. You can see those numbers over here. Driver percentage and passenger percentage as well. This report states that only 2% of people that came in contact with police in the year 2020 either threatened or used non-fatal force towards law enforcement. This was measured through 1.1 million people over the age of 16. The report elaborated the following: getting pushed or grabbed, getting struck, kicked, getting sprayed with OC, and similar agents. We can find that data. Over here we have the threat of force, the handcuffing, the pushing, grabbing, hitting, and use of weapons and other forces. And it's divided between, if you can see the numbers by races, the whites, the blacks, and the Hispanics, and it's relatively low. Do not expect the vast numbers to be that low. And according to the BJS report, over 80% of people who contacted police were satisfied and would contact them again for future. Whites were more likely to contact police again, while black and Hispanics were somewhat reluctant, but would still contact when needed. See the overall satisfaction numbers right